next one felt very powerful, being able to do that. Okay. So, all right, everyone, let's go ahead and get started, and by making sure that our electronic devices are turned off or silenced. So go ahead, give them a quick check while we settle in, get comfortable, and watch our 8 Principles video together.
The Unitarian Universalist Church of Pensacola, the 8 Principles.
Number 1, the inherent worth and dignity of every person.
Number 2, justice, equity, and compassion in human relation.
Number 3, acceptance of one another and encouragement to spiritual growth in our congregation.
Number 4, a free and responsible search for truth and meaning.
Number 5, the right of conscience and the use of democratic process within our congregation and in society at large.
Number 6, the goal of one community with peace, liberty, and justice for all.
Number 7, respect for the interdependent web of existence,
of which we are all a part.
Number 8, active commitment to dismantle racism and other oppression in ourselves and our institutions.
Good morning, everyone. This is really nice being on this side of it. I get to see everyone's faces, and normally I'm just seeing nothing, so this is nice. Okay. So I am Christy Ging. My pronouns are she and they, and I will be your service leader today. On behalf of the Unitarian Universalist Church of Pensacola, it is my pleasure to extend a warm welcome to our members, friends, and visitors. Whether this is your first time with us or you're a longtime part of the congregation, whether you're gathered here in person or joining us online, we are so grateful that you've chosen us to be here with us today. So when I first introduced myself, I said that I would be your service leader today. And some of you might be thinking, what is that? Well, UUCP is a lay-led congregation, and that means that our Sunday services are not conducted by professional clergy, but instead they're organized and facilitated by members of our community, like me and like you. So from week to week, the Sunday service topics, themes, speakers, and participants change so that no two are ever exactly alike. One Sunday might feature a personal reflection from a congregant. Another Sunday could feature a musical performance or a community discussion. Or it could be like today, where we have a guest speaker who is sharing their expertise and teaching us a little bit about their organization. So if today's service or message does not resonate with you, I really, really encourage you to return. The beauty of this format is that next week's service will be entirely different. Now, you might be wondering how you can find out who these different speakers are and what the different topics will be from week to week, and we have you covered. Our website, which you can see the address on the screen behind me, is regularly updated with information about upcoming services, and it's just a great resource in general for all kinds of UU information. You can learn about Unitarian Universalism in general, our church specifically, and find out about any upcoming events and how to get involved with our community. And look, I know some of you are thinking, Christy, I have a very busy life. I do not have time to check a website weekly for this information. And again, we have you covered. If you did not see them when you first came in today, you will find pamphlets. I think I have one here. Yep. We have pamphlets and guest information cards in the foyer. And the pamphlet is a nice synopsis of some information about our church. But the guest info cards are where the magic really happens. That information that you thought you were too busy to check from week to week on our website, well, if you fill out a card, you can receive those details directly in your email inbox and always be in the loop. So if you haven't done so already, please take a moment to fill out one of our cards and return it to us. But I personally think the absolute best resource for newcomers and visitors are our established members and friends. and we have an excellent opportunity for you to connect with them. After the service, we invite you to join us in the conference room for some refreshments and conversation. It's a great way to meet others, ask questions, and get a better sense of who we are and what we're all about. And speaking of learning things from our fellow congregants, I have a few announcements from some of them about upcoming events and opportunities to get involved. Okay, so on Sunday, December 14th, directly after service, we have our UUCP Holiday Gift Exchange Party time. And we will have pizza and salad buffet. Those will be provided. And we ask that you bring a gift that's already wrapped, and looks like it's going to be sort of like a white elephant sort of situation. This is for the adults only. The children will have their own party. It'll also be Sunday sweet that day, so along with your pizza and salad buffet, you can buy some of our sweets to support the church. And Mary Beth would be the person to see about that, but she's not here right now. Okay, so you'll notice on the bulletin board in the foyer, there's a sign-up sheet to be a regular helper after our Sunday refreshments. And this will mean getting rid of the dirty dishes, rinsing them out, coffee bins, sweeping, taking out the trash. So Michael's not having to do all this, basically. So Michael ends up having to do this every week by himself, and so to make sure we have enough people every week, we're going to be having a sign-up sheet. So for certain Sundays, we already know there's going to be someone who can help him. So take a look and try to find that so we can help Michael out. Okay. So Free Mom Hugs will be hosting their second annual Hugs for the Holidays event on Saturday, December 13th from 1 to 4 p.m. at Pensacola Opera. This is a free holiday meal and community event to support the LGBTQIA+ community and allies, and gives a safe and affirming space to celebrate the holidays. There is a flyer with a QR code on the board in the lobby, or you can see Vicky Saladino for more information. All right, we have something from Overflow Health Alliance. They provide critical resources to assist and stabilize our homeless population. Please donate any of their most needed items either in the collection box in the foyer or by seeing Heather Cobb. For a list of their current most needed items and further information, see the collection box or announcement board. And then, the Manna Food Pantry needs canned goods. Everything that's coming in is going back out. So I know we have a box out here and someone takes it to them, so check that out and fill up the box. And now we have our circle dinners are back, and Linda Cobb is the one who's going to be coordinating this. And essentially, you're going to have a few people that get together every once in a while at different people's houses, and you'll have dinner together. And so there's going to be a meet and greet in January. So if you have questions about this, please see Linda Cobb, and she can tell you everything you need to know. And if any of you have any questions about anything you just heard, just see me after the service, and I will point you in the right direction. So, as we conclude our announcements, let's take a moment to luxuriate in just being in the here and now right now. We have all of our cell phones are off. No one can get to us right now. And I know the end of the year and the beginning of a new year can be very, very hectic for many of us. So let's take advantage of this moment to slow down, take some deep breaths, and center ourselves. If you feel comfortable, I'd like to ask you to place your hand on your abdomen. I'm watching you so I can see if you do it. Do you feel comfortable? Okay. So place your hands on your abdomen, and I want your stomach, I want you to feel how it inflates, and it feels like a balloon when you inhale through your nose, okay? Now hold that breath, and I want you to really focus on the sensation of your stomach pushing against your hand. Now slowly exhale through your mouth and feel your stomach deflate like a balloon. Now close your eyes if you feel comfortable, and let's inhale deeply through our noses for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now hold that breath for a count of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then exhale slowly through our mouths for a count of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now let's do that one more time together. We're going to inhale, hold, and exhale. Now slowly open your eyes, and with our minds and hearts centered, let's transition to our chalice lighting. Michael, will you join me? Let us gather in the spirit of community and light our chalice with words from Adam Slate. We gather this morning as one community, a community united by common ideals: love, justice, diversity, freedom, mutual care, equity. Yet look around. Look at the faces of those around you. Each face represents an individual, every one of us with our own story, needs, strengths, and faults. We light our chalice today honoring our common connection and also the uniqueness that lives within each of us. Okay, so today marks the first Sunday of Advent, and every week until Christmas, we will light a new candle on the Advent wreath, each symbolizing hope, peace, joy, and love. Michael will now light the first candle, representing hope, and share a reading with us.
The first Advent candle is the candle of hope. Hope is the motivating force that moves us through times of despair. The days are getting shorter, the weather colder, and nights longer. Hope tells us that longer days are ahead, that new life will emerge, and that we need to hold on just a little longer. With hope, we begin our journey toward the sun and the new life it brings. We light the candle of hope.
Thank you, Michael. Today's opening words come from poet Morgan Harper Nichols. Empathy. Let me hold the door for you. I may have never walked in your shoes, but I can see your souls are worn and your strength is torn under the weight of a story I have never lived before. So let me hold the door for you. After all you've walked through, it's the least I can do. Would the choir please join us on stage for our opening song? And while the choir joined us on stage, I invite the congregation to rise as you are able to join the choir in singing number 1031, Filled with Loving Kindness, which you will find in the teal hymnal. You'll also be able to follow along with the lyrics on the screen behind me. And also, please remain standing after we finish singing to recite our covenant. All right, please remain standing as we recite our covenant together. Love is the spirit of this church, and service its law. This is our covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. And Mike, will you help me with the microphone, please? Now is the time where we share our joys, concerns, or sorrow. I forgot you guys can sit down. But I have to say, I like the support with standing with me, so thank you. So now is the time where we share our joys, concerns, or sorrows with our UUCP family. This part of the service is not recorded or shared online, so anything you share will remain within the confines of these walls. If you feel called to speak, please join us at the front of the sanctuary and line up on either side. When you are handed the microphone, give your name and briefly share with us your joy, concern, or sorrow. Together we will light the first candle to acknowledge all the pain and sorrow around the world. And after everyone has spoken, we will conclude by lighting one candle for those joys and sorrows that remain in our hearts but are unspoken. And if honor is ready, you're ready on? Okay. So now is the time that we will sing the children out. Go now in peace, go now in peace. May the Spirit of God surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go. All right, as you may or may not know, UUCP is fully member funded, so we rely on charitable donations to operate. On most Sundays, when we pass our baskets around, all money collected goes directly to supporting our church, but today is a little different. Today is our fifth Sunday Share the Plate offering, or in our case, I believe we have baskets, where we live out our faith in action by donating our collection proceeds to a local nonprofit organization. Today's recipient is Lakeview Center, which we will hear more about during our message. So as we pass the basket today, know that you are giving to one of our community partners and ensuring that our church's impact extends beyond these walls and into the wider community. And while we enjoy a song from our musicians, we'll go ahead and put our contact information back up on the screen for those who would like to give their time, talent, or treasure and direct support of UUCP. So please use the information on the screen to contact us and or make a donation. And if you have any questions about this, please find me after the service and I will point you in the right direction. Musicians. Thank you, musicians. I'm pleased to introduce you to our guest speaker today, who is a member of our community at large, Mrs. Sweneda McDonald. She has been serving our community in the behavioral health field for the past 20 years, having earned a degree in clinical psychology from Troy University. Through her tenure at Lakeview Center, she has served as a case manager, clinician, and clinical manager. Sweneda currently serves as the Director of Medication-Assisted Treatment for Lakeview Center, where individuals overcoming opioid addiction are provided with comprehensive services to support their recovery. She is very passionate about trauma-informed care, Narcan training, emotional hygiene skills, and harm reduction modalities to support persons struggling with a substance misuse or mental health disorder. Please welcome our guest speaker, Sweneda McDonald.
you so much for that warm welcome. I appreciate you all so very much. Listen, somebody gonna have to hold me to the 20 minutes because my mind activates like go Power Ranger when somebody says talk about mental health. Oh, okay, all the things start flooding. So I am proud to be a part of this community. I've been working at Lakeview Center for 20 years. I was just telling Miss Nancy that I still remember my very first day. I was so scared. I had Coke bottle glasses and hot waters, and I knew nothing Jon Snow, nothing. And I'm still there after 20 years for a reason. I want to tell you about the technical part, what we actually do, what services, because you may have someone you want to refer or need help one day yourself, and I want you to know what we offer. We're just one of the many opportunities in our community for connection, just one. And I want you to know, but I really want you to know, I guess I don't speak for everyone, but I've got a lot of friends at Lakeview Center. We actually have on our performance review, do you have friends at work? I always mark, yes, I do. I have friends who align with my values there. So although I'm speaking for myself, I think I speak for many of my colleagues when I talk to you about how we do and why we do, because that really matters the most to me. And then I'll tell you about the technical part, what actually we do. Okay? So why? You see, those letters, they don't really mean anything behind my name. What I learned was I had to get the education to move up to be able to help more. But really, this is hard work. The education that I learned didn't teach me anything, really. The people that we serve have taught me everything, and every day I'm still learning. But I like to call myself a surf instructor because I teach people how to ride the wave of their emotion. Or you might hear me call myself a hygienist because, as mentioned, I like to teach people emotional hygiene. You know, we missed that in high school. And so what that means is we meet people where they are. Lakeview Center has been evolving. We have been around since the 50s. But what we're learning is we have to continue to evolve. We have to have more open doors. We have to accept non-judgmentally. I teach to my colleagues that we need a non-judgmental stance. Here's what mine looks like. I got a few. So when we talk about ending and eliminating, which I think we can with togetherness, suffering in silence, it really takes what we're doing right now, which is why I'm just so happy to be here with you today. We use this clinical term called levels of care in healthcare. And really that's just a fancy way of saying, where's the door open that someone can be taken care of? Here, right? Lakeview Center, all of our wonderful local 501Cs. We have many. The hospitals, the jail, even though they might not always see themselves as such. Okay, that's another topic. But levels of care, entryways to being taken care of, like that loving kindness that we were singing about. And so I just want to kind of drill that in because the vision of Lakeview Center is specifically that we be seen as trusted partners. And that hasn't always been so. You know why? Because coming in and being vulnerable and saying I need help is very difficult for people, right? And so on the other end of that, you have people like me who sometimes give and experience burnout and might not be their best person on that best day to receive someone. And I say that to mention that if you've had someone who says, I don't want to go get help, the last time it didn't help me at all, keep encouraging, keep pushing them to go somewhere. May it be the level of care here, hospital, friend, accountability partners, Lakeview Center, or some other resource. Keep encouraging them to go because that is what upholds stigma sometimes, is that first experience wasn't a vibe match, so I'm not going back. That's okay, but keep trying, keep encouraging. Suffering in silence must end. You know, when someone has the courage to tell myself or my other team members that they're having suicidal thoughts, the first thing that we say to them is thank you. Thank you for letting me hold that with you, right? Thank you for letting me be a part of this experience right now, and you saying that out loud and using your voice. So the why I do it, specifically is because it's a little selfish, really. I get the reciprocal of seeing people get back to their authentic, beautiful souls. You know, for me, what I've witnessed is that addiction is just a side effect of trauma. And so every day, I get the luxury and honor, 12 hours a day, by choice, of seeing people just get back to who they authentically are and blossom. It's a beautiful thing. It keeps me well. It keeps me happy. So let me tell you about some of the technical, what we have to offer at Lakeview Center in case you or someone you love or care for needs that connection. So we have over 60 programs in all 4 counties, and we are nonprofit, so that means, my financial department probably wouldn't like me saying this, but we overserve like crazy. and that just speaks to the necessity of our community in connection, right? Which is also the opposite of addiction, and really the opposite of anything, any ailment, connection, right? Because even if someone comes through our doors and it's not the right vibe match, bet your bottom dollar we're going to find out where we can connect them to, even if it's not Lakeview. But if it's Lakeview, we serve adults and children, and what that looks like is lots of different levels of care, outpatient, inpatient. We recently reopened our crisis unit. For a long time, our community was without one or only had one because people get in crisis because the world is happening and life is lifing. And so now that's a 24-hour facility that people can go to connect, to help come out of that crisis. If they don't feel like they're necessarily in crisis, then we have a central access point. We love our acronyms at Lakeview Center, the CAP. And that's just a simple kind of urgent care walk-in, this is new as well, where I called and, I've got an appointment 3 months away. That's discouraging. Well, sure, keep that appointment, but come on and walk in and we'll get you taken right care of and connected intermittently. People don't really know that that's an option. Just come, just show up. We have a lot of people I'm here, I need help, figure it out for me. Sure, we will, even if it's not here. We have clinical outpatient counseling. I used to be a clinical manager there. It was some of the best times of my life. That's where I did some of the teaching how to ride the waves of emotion, teaching how to practice loving kindness. I believe coping skills are a verb, so I'm also a PE teacher. So we have, even if someone is not necessarily looking for medication management, they can just do therapy. If someone is looking for medication management, my anxiety is too high, and I want to talk to a doctor about medications that might help to regulate that for a time, we have that as well. This is really important, and I want all of our community to know, a mobile response team. Has anybody heard of that? Mobile response? Yes. And I've got some flyers here with the number. Awesome. I've got some flyers here. It's a 24-hour number that anyone can call, just kind of like 988, if they should become in crisis or distressed or confused or worried, or I just need to talk to somebody. A clinician is going to answer and help be there in that moment, help that person hold it in that moment, and if needed, connect them to crisis. Along with that, this is kind of a new program as well. We've started doing ride-alongs. I don't know if you've ever been in a situation or someone you know where you've had to call law enforcement to do a well check. That can be a very scary experience, right? Mm-hmm. But sometimes necessary because maybe that person is so much in emotion mind that they need that connection. But it's still scary. I've hesitated to do it myself. Well, now with these ride-alongs, a clinician is going along with the law enforcement to help make that interaction one that is with compassion and not so scary. And that's in all 4 counties as well. Now, I have to talk about the specific program that I work with because it's so very dear to my heart. It's a lot of the reason why I get up every day. And I have some information about it if you want to learn more. That would be the Medication-Assisted Treatment Program. It's a comprehensive program. It's unfortunate as it is, but it's getting better. Escambia County has been number 1 in opioid overdoses in all of Florida. This place that we love, so many people are suffering, not because they want to, not because they lack willpower, not because they just woke up and said, hey, I want to be addicted to opiates today, but because of accessibility, because of that unhealed trauma, because of lack of connection. So we're trying to reverse that, and we are doing that, not just Lakeview alone. Oh, no. Our community partners like CORE, Community Health, Overflow Alliance, so many partners are taking the reins here and working together to reduce the opioid deaths, which have reduced. We are seeing a number increase in our youths being afflicted with addiction, so we have to stay vigilant. We have to keep working. But the program that I work with is for individuals who've tried everything, some, or who've just coming in and saying, hey, I'm addicted to opiates and I need help. And this might be an opportunity for me to overcome. And what that would look like for them is a kind of what we call a comprehensive approach. Therapeutic services, if they so choose. Not you must do therapy to be a part of the program. Absolutely not. It's not punitive. That needs to be someone's choice. Many of them choose to do so because they start getting in wise mind from the medication that they take that stops them from withdrawing, which continues the cycle of addiction, those painful withdrawals, or stops them seeking illicit opiates that most are laced with drugs they're not asking for. It stops that process, helps them to get back to wise mind, helps them to get back to functioning. Mothers, pregnant mothers delivering well, helping them reconnect with their family, getting back to work, starting businesses, going back to school, working with us to help others overcome. It's just beautiful. I've never seen anything like it. And I will honestly say I believe that the people I work with are there because they really want to be there and want to see that process happen for our community, and it's working. One thing to kind of debunk is, it costs too much. Well, we are a nonprofit organization, so we go by a sliding scale fee, but we also get money from the state to help individuals who are less fortunate be able to partake in these services. So I'm thankful for that because it is helping a lot of people. But medication-assisted program, has a lot of stigma, and it's not for everybody. That's, again, some people walk through our door and they get a thorough assessment by a doctor. One of the best, I think, if not the best in our city, Dr. Potacek. He is going to help a person understand the risks and benefits before admitting them. And I think that's really important because it's a collaborative experience. And so once that happens and they decide that's the route for them, then it's a daily process of restructuring and growth and getting back to their normal functioning. But it's a beautiful thing, and if that's not the route for someone, then we just figure out another plan. Some people don't like the idea of therapy, so I say don't call it that. Call it a problem-solving session. Everybody likes to problem solve, and that's really what we're there for as clinicians. Even though I've been in this, been at Lakeview for 20 years, it still feels like just nostalgic as just yesterday I just started, because we're such an evolving people. And what my hope is that we can stand true to what our values are, which is helping people. That's it. That's our mission. Just helping people. Country as it is. That's it. It's that simple. We want to help you. And we want to be a trusted partner. So I really appreciate what you're doing here and giving resources, because somebody next to you might need it. Somebody might need that phone call. Somebody might need that connection, and we're going to answer. I think the most important thing that I try to teach to when I'm supervising is that we call people by their names, their preferred names, and that we tell them that we love them. That's actually taboo in the clinical field. We're taught, don't get too close. It's not ethical. What? I tell people the people I serve every day that I love them, because it's the truth. And so if we can continue to go with that, I think my legacy at Lakeview will be well lived. I thank you for having me today. If you have any questions, just let me know.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Sweneda. Today's closing words come from Christina Feldman. Compassion is the most precious of all gifts. In times of sorrow and bewilderment, it is what restores us and offers refuge. It is the force of empathy in your own heart that allows you to reach out and touch the broken heart of another. It is rooted in the heartfelt acknowledgement that others, like ourselves, yearn to be free from suffering and harm and be safe and happy. It is compassion that rescues us from despair and helplessness, that provides a refuge of peace and understanding inwardly and outwardly. Compassion does not claim to be a quick fix for the age-old causes of suffering, nor is it a magic wand that will sweep away sorrow. But it is our commitment to compassion and our willingness to nurture it in every moment that gives meaning to life. Would the choir please join us on stage for our closing hymn? I invite the congregation to rise as you are able to join the choir in singing "There's a River Flowing in My Soul." We will be singing lyrics that differ slightly from the lyrics in the teal hymnal, so please follow along with the lyrics on the screen. You may be seated. We extinguish our chalice with words by Reverend Martha Munson. We extinguish the chalice here that it might glow gently in our hearts. May it light your path as you leave this place. May it guide your way until we are together again. Go in peace, go in love, go as you are, and go directly around the corner to the conference room right there for some conversation and snacks, okay? All right. Thank you.